Good morning, everybody. Before I get started with who I am, I just wanted to double check and make sure everybody sees the screen. Sterling Payment Technologies in your presentation. Just want to make sure I am broadcasting properly.
We see you loud and clear.
Great, great. Well, I am Todd Youngblood. I am actually with Evo Payments International. I am the Director of Business Development on the integrated payment side of our business. What that means in layman's terms is I get to work with all of our ISV partners, our independent software vendors around the world. So those are vendors that have created point of sale softwares, they've created e-commerce solutions, they've created mobile apps, or just new and cool online food ordering or food delivery apps. What I do every day is help ensure that those companies are integrated to our payments platforms, and then strategically work with them to ensure we can go to market together and help those businesses grow and be more successful in selling their software solutions. I couldn't be more happier to have a relationship with Retail Realm and Retail Management Hero. They are the leaders in the retail space with their retail software solutions, and we're very excited to begin this relationship with our integration that just got finished up at the end of last year. So we're relatively new to this relationship, but this marks about I think this is the almost 700th software vendor that we've been integrated to and gone to market with so far in our history. So we're very excited to be in this space today. With that, I will go ahead and do an introduction to Brian Mazanek. He is our channel sales manager over here at Sterling, and he will be working directly with the channel sales bar channel, and I'll let him go ahead and do a quick introduction of himself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Brian Mazanek. As Todd mentioned, I'm the channel sales manager for Sterling Payment out of our Tampa office. My role here is to help you, the dealers, grow your business. So I will be providing ISV channel expertise and strategies to successfully sell your products and services. I'm responsible for creating the channel promotions and offerings, which in turn puts more money in your pocket. I'll also be here working with you to communicate new technologies and provide industry education so that at the end of the day, you're at the top of your game. I'll be partnering closely with Sterling internal support teams.
So a little bit of a clarification here. Who is Sterling? And just to add confusion to our very confusing brand at this time, Evo Payments International acquired Sterling at the beginning of January of last year. So we've been working together for 1 year now and a few months. But we decided to keep the Sterling brand in place because it has such a great legacy in the channel sales and integrated space. They were a wonderful company with a wonderful brand and reputation in the payments industry, and we wanted to keep that name around. Everything flows back up under Evo Payments International, and our mantra is we make secure mobile, e-commerce, in-store payments acceptance a seamless part of doing business. App, developing an e-commerce shopping cart, or creating a back office solution, Evo Snap makes it easy to add Evo Payments acceptance and other value-added services to your existing application and website. So when you think of the retail industry today, everybody's talking about the changes that retailers have to go through to enhance customer experience. When we, just from the payments perspective, and it's a little bit of a interesting view that I have being in the payment space, but I believe payments is an integral part of that back-end experience, those value-added services to make it easy for a customer to pay. The last thing every customer at every retailer does when they're ready to go is they make a payment. And whether that's through an e-commerce experience on a shopping cart, whether that's in-store, whether that's through a mobile app that's a line buster, or at a remote sale off-site outside of that brick-and-mortar location, payments is always an integral part of that. So our mantra is to make that a seamless experience, a pleasant experience, an easy experience, and really facilitate the payments wherever customers want to pay. So a little bit about the history of Sterling. Sterling grew up in the payment space, has been around for over 18 years, and it's always been one of the most innovative customer-focused processors in the industry, meaning that our teams are built out to ensure customer experience is at its highest level. We pride ourselves on reliable platforms. We pride ourselves on answering the phone for our partners and our merchants. And we have always been a customer-centric organization, and we've won award after award. I think we're 8 years or 9 years running for the Retail Providers Association Award for Best Channel Vendor for the last 8 years. Currently, we support hundreds of software applications, wireless products, and e-commerce gateways. So integrated payments and payments in general, when you talk about software relationships, is all about the fine details. And we believe we do this extremely well. We make sure all the boxes are checked. When merchants get their equipment, it's set up and configured properly. If something breaks, we fix it. And we always try to pride ourselves on doing an exceptional job of ensuring that we know what we're doing and we're experts in the field of integrated payments. We specialize in bringing the latest and greatest solutions to all business types. We work primarily in restaurant and retail, but we also work in professional services. We work in the medical field, the dental field. We work in the veterinary fields. We have a very diverse group of software applications that we work with. So we're always learning the next greatest, coolest thing that we can bring to the market that's going to have an impact on the payments ecosystem. Evo Payments is the parent company of Sterling. We have a global presence. We operate around the world facilitating payments, and we have our own platform for authorization and settlement. And this is an important point. When you are dealing with Evo, we are at the top tier of the payments ecosystem. We are what they call an end-to-end acquirer, meaning that you are not dealing with a third party when you deal with Evo. You are dealing with a singular company that has the authorization for the transaction and does the back-end settlement. We are the direct connection to the card brands like Visa and MasterCard. We also have the ability to support merchants on a global basis through a single point of integration, meaning that our core platform, Snap, has the ability to have one application connected to it and facilitate payments in all the regions we operate in. We do have our own proprietary systems. This is our technology. These are not third-party vendors that are working with us. This is all our own tech. With everything we build, security is at top of mind. We understand that there are so many threats to small businesses today. We want to ensure that our security breaches are never anything for them to worry about. We go to market strictly through our unique partnerships with our software vendors and our channel resellers. We do not have our own point of sale solution. We are strictly partner oriented, and we continue to work closely with our partners to help them run successful businesses. We have a great client services team, again, that's focused on the customer support and services, and we continue to innovate in all of our technologies and make sure we remain relevant in offering the products and services that are needed in the industry today. So Sterling fits into the middle of this as a payment service. You know, it is fully integrated into the RMH application. It is tied into our core platform, Snap, over here at Evo, and we can facilitate both brick and mortar transactions. We can facilitate e-commerce transactions. We can facilitate mobile transactions. And a big reason that we're here today is our partnership with Retail Realm and RMH. We've had great respect for the channel of great resellers that Retail Realm has built out, the technology sets, and the way they've built out additional technologies and partnerships with groups like Retail Hero. And we couldn't be more excited to be a part of such a great organization with a long history of providing great services to the retail space. So just to brag a little bit here, this is what we call a Net Promoter Score. A Net Promoter Score is a simple way to evaluate how we do as a company. You can see at the bottom slide the average score of our competitors, or an average score of a payments company, is around 7 to 16 in our industry. That score is derived from asking people how we do. It's a very simple test. Hey, did we do good? Did we do bad? Or were you kind of indifferent on how we did? So, a lot of you take all of that feedback, you recalculate that score, and you make sure you have a good feeling of how a company is doing, according to the customers that they're serving. So at Evo and Sterling, we actually have a net promoter score of 60, which, when you consider our competitors are sitting between a 7 and a 16, here's a little bit of proof that I have to you that we're making people happy more than we're making them mad. So we're very proud that we have such a great score, and we have such a great feedback from our customers, because that means we're doing something right, and our focus on customer service is not just lip service. So a big misconception that I always like to clear up is Evo operates under so many different brands. I mean, you just heard me talking about the difference between the Evo and the Sterling brands. So we do confuse people at times. But since we operate under so many different brands, people don't realize that we're the 4th largest acquirer globally, meaning that when you look at all the payment processing companies in the world, we're number 4. So that says something. We operate in many different regions. We have 16 offices across 10 countries. We have, I think this is now a little bit outdated, we have over 2,200 people worldwide. We're getting close to over 500,000 merchants. Globally. We processed over $100 billion in volume last year, and we can process in over 130 different currencies. So we really have a massive reach around the globe. And while we are such a massive company, we really have a very siloed approach for how we work with integrated payments and the software vendors and the channel partners we have. We have an entire division of our company that is completely dedicated to just integrated payments and channel support. Here's a quick glance at our global presence. Our world headquarters is in Melville, New York. The reason that's our world headquarters is that's where our founder, Ray Sidholm, sits. That's his home office. He was the original founder of Evo Payments International. Currently, our U.S. headquarters is out of Atlanta, and that is where our CEO, Jim Kelly, currently resides. So those are our 2 North American headquarters. We also have our Mexican headquarters in Mexico City. Our European headquarters is in Dublin, Ireland. And we have Montreal, Canada is our Canadian headquarters. We do have the ability to work in Canada, the United States, Mexico, and any of the EU member states. That's where we are currently licensed to operate and accept payments from today. The next section is just why we are invested in your success and how this integration is important to RMH and that ecosystem. So when you look at us holistically, you can see that we have a ton of experience with these integrations in the past. One of our secret sauces is tying it into the Snap platform. That last graphic I just showed you illustrated all the different regions we can operate and process globally. So we're really trying to simplify the way companies that have a global perspective interact and facilitate payments around the world. We do that easily with our Snap platform. Snap is an intelligent router, for lack of better terms. It sits above all of our payments platforms. For every region we operate in, we have a core platform. Snap is that central platform that communicates with all those sub-platforms and makes it easy to have a streamlined approach to processing globally. I know a lot of the RMH business is focused in the United States, and certainly that is our largest market that we operate in as well. But it's with the ever-changing environment in retail, I believe you guys will see more and more companies that have a store in Mexico, a store in Canada, a store in the U.S., and maybe a store in London. So that it becomes important for companies like that to have a single point of entry into the payments ecosystem, standardized settlement, standardized reporting, because even if you're operating globally, you want everything to funnel back from a corporate perspective to a single point, and we can do that very well. Because we bring to the table the diversified sales channel support for ISVs. We have a great business-to-business group that works directly with retailers who are primarily focused on business-to-business retail. One of the biggest things that we offer all of our partners, whether they be ISVs or channel sales, is the growth opportunities. We like to dig in deep with our partners, see what the needs of the merchants are, see if they, see how we can help them grow their businesses and increase their profit share. And up on the right, you're seeing security again as one of our key focuses. So we're always taking PCI compliance, tokenization, data encryption extremely seriously. Credit card fraud continues to be in the billions each year, and we want to ensure that our customers are never exposed to that. So Retail Management Hero. We wrote this integration over the last, in 2017. It was to our Ingenico line of semi-integrated terminals, the ICT series of terminals. This allows us to facilitate fast EMV processing. I know one of the biggest complaints of moving to EMV from a retailer's perspective is it takes so long. So with our terminals, it's extremely fast. You're talking about 1 second EMV transactions. You're talking about just getting people to pay and move on down the road. So we don't have to have the lines build up behind them. Great news from a retail perspective. Signatures are going away. It's always that piece where we want to simplify the customer's experience. It's one less thing for a customer to do now at the end of the line. It is, figure out how to sign on the board or anything else. They can just, tap or dip or swipe, and their payment is processed. They're ready to go out the door. You can email them a receipt or a copy. It helps drive customer adoption for loyalty programs or pieces like that. You don't even have to require a signature anymore. So saves a lot of paper. You don't have to have multiple receipts. You don't have to keep those signatures on file. A lot of retailers literally have boxes and boxes of old receipts in a storage cabinet just in case somebody comes back and says 6 months later that they didn't make a purchase at their store. So we can do away with all of that. So we can save those folks money, and we can save them on, we can just simplify their operations because they don't have to keep a record of those signatures somewhere. It is a lower cost terminal solution. So if you have a 10 location store, it's going to cost you a lot less money to put terminals in every lane. It's going to also be cost effective to put these terminals, set them alongside a mobile cash register or a mobile checkout stand that you roll out when the store gets busy around the holidays. As far as setup and installation, it's extremely simple. You're gonna load our add-on to Retail Management Hero, and basically select Sterling in the drop-down menu. The device is going to come pre-configured. You make sure the device is communicating with the point-of-sale software, and it's a very simple and seamless way to get started and begin processing. The things that the Sterling and Retail Realm integration bring to the table is it simplifies the global payments for merchants using this solution. So if you do have stores in multiple countries, we can be that singular platform to handle that. We are the first platform that allows international retailers to facilitate payments in more than 50 countries. We have our own proprietary interchange optimization, and Brian's going to talk about this a little bit more, but that significantly lowers the cost of credit card acceptance for larger retailers and B2B companies. So we're putting some unique technologies in play to help retailers save money. A lot of the folks that are on the call, this is certainly about Retail Management Hero, but I know a lot of the resellers also resell different Dynamics and AX components. We do have a full support for purchasing T&E, GSA cards, and all major credit cards for Microsoft Dynamics. We do pass the level 2 and level 3 data with the transactions that we facilitate through that platform to qualify for the lower interchange rates. We have the ability to tokenize all the payments data, so we can do things like card on file for frequently buying customers, or do refunds with that token. We built this integration with kind of the latest and greatest technologies in mind. It's based on Java. It makes these components easy for integration, and for us to continue to update that integration. And again, just to focus on simplicity, it's really easy to add Sterling Payments as a solution within this application. With that, I'm going to go ahead and turn everything over to Brian. He's going to get into more interchange management and how we work with our partners. Brian, are you there, or are you still having issues with your audio, buddy?
I am here. Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Todd. So, yeah, as discussed, Sterling and the retail realm integration includes our own proprietary interchange management technology. So that ensures that your B2B and B2G merchants qualify for the best interchange rates. It's a very simplified solution to allow your clients to keep the money that they need, making sure that they are getting the best rates and not losing any value throughout those transactions. Next slide, Todd. So you might be wondering how exactly this flow might happen with the interchange management. Other processors do advertise, of course, low interchange rates, but with our interchange management, your clients are ensured that they will get those interchange rates. The basis of all this is data is key. The more data that is provided, the transactions have more details, thus lowering the rate. When it comes to level 2 and level 3 data, the ERP or POS system sends the data to allow the companies to see the line item details on their statements. Of course, then that will lower the interchange rate throughout the process. Banks are always changing their requirements often for the services, and with the services that we offer, we can assist prior to the ERP or the POS systems updating the data sent. And we're always, checking the interchange categories. There's over 600, and our software and years of experience in credit card processing allows us to be ahead of the curve on that. You'll see in a certain case study of, a typical B2B merchant processing over $250,000 on monthly volume. With our interchange management, they're able to save typically 40 basis points, which actual savings would equal around $1,000, and annual savings, incrementally at $12,000 a year. Next slide, Todd. Todd touched on it earlier as far as our semi-integrated solution within Ingenico. This allows our merchants to be out of scope, meaning that the cardholder data never touches the POS or Windows environment. With the semi-integration, it keeps the merchant PCI compliant and eliminates the risk of being affected by viruses or malware that can compromise that cardholder data through our point-to-point encryption. Our devices with Ingenico are NFC ready for merchants that are wanting to support Apple Pay or Google Wallet payments. We do support credit card, debit, EBT, and gift through these Ingenico devices as well. Next slide, Todd. With the partnership that we've begun with Retail Management Hero, we've initially launched the solution with the Ingenico Group devices. Ingenico and Sterling have held a long-standing partnership and have deployed thousands of EMV PCI compliant devices. As Todd mentioned earlier, with the major credit card brands eliminating the requirements of consumer signature for purchases starting April 1st, this allows the merchants to use an easy, state-of-the-art, yet cost-effective device at their locations. They'll also be benefiting at the same time as from the semi-integration on a secure platform for point-to-point encryption and tokenization. Next slide, Todd. So you've seen how merchants will benefit from working with Sterling, and I'm sure that you're curious on how we will help you as a dealer. And that comes to our end-to-end processing services, which really separates us from additional credit card processors. Sterling, with Evo, we have control and visibility from end to end. Once the boarding process begins with your merchants, we will continuously be involved from end to end, from deploying the devices to assisting with the setup, making sure that the merchants are compliant, all from a single source of Sterling. We'll assist you with any marketing and sales materials to increase your opportunities, and always be there at a moment's notice if you need support or your merchants need support. Next slide, Todd. So with our easy integration, our integrations make it a seamless process to get your merchants set up. As Todd mentioned earlier, because Sterling is a part of Evo, we have global capabilities, as stated from our multiple global offices. And as retailers continue to evolve, our omni-channel processing allows for in-store and e-commerce transactions to happen on a single secure platform. Now, you, the dealers, are the driving force in this partnership, and we value that with a generous residual sharing, because if we're able to make you happy, of course, everybody involved is going to benefit. Our world-class operations have separated us from the competition, as evident from our net promoter score that Todd touched on earlier. Next slide, Todd. And we are invested in your success because your success leads to Sterling success. As I mentioned, you, the dealers, are the driving force for this partnership, so we'll always be invested in you. We have a dedicated support team, starting with myself, to provide the expertise and strategies to successfully sell your products and services. We also have our own in-house reseller relationship team to provide additional channel support for any of your requests. We are committed to providing the best services and support to our clients and our partners in order to continue to grow everybody's business. Our interchange management saves on transactions fees when level 2 and level 3 data is sent for those B2B and B2G merchants. Your merchants are provided with a single integrated, advanced, and secure platform to process their payments on. Next slide, Todd. And to wrap up, we'll go over the benefits to the retail realm and RMH resellers. Our Ingenico devices keep them out of scope by being semi-integrated, adding that additional layer of security. The devices are state-of-the-art, easy, reliable, and cost-effective. Our omni-channel processing allows for support in-store and e-commerce on one single secure platform. because we are Evo, we have that multinational support via Evo Snap, as Todd mentioned earlier. Our interchange optimization is focused for those merchants in the B2B space and allows them to incur that best interchange rate. Next slide, Todd. And we are invested in you, providing a generous and transparent revenue sharing. And lastly, myself, our reseller relationship team, and our sales executives are with you every step of the way as a dedicated support team to help grow business in the retail realm ecosystem. And that wraps up as far as Sterling and our retail realm partnership. And I'll pass it back to Corey to facilitate any questions.